The first step I needed to take before beginning to produce my film was to do some research. This was for two main reasons: to get an idea of what genre theme I wanted to go for, and to get an idea of the conventions of both the genre and the short film as a form of media in general. To do this, I completed detailed textual analyses of 4 short films, and I found that they tended to be around 5 minutes long, and they only had a small cast of roughly 2 characters, as 5 minutes not really long enough to convey many more than that. This is the same in my film with Ed and Katie. They tended to also make use of the and credits were not particularly significant and placed at the beginning and at the end, as with mine. I also found that there tended to be very few locations except from a Lucy Cycling treasure hunt, which used flashbacks and shot scenes of locations, which I liked as a convention of the genre, leading to my next point as the romance genre turned out to be my chosen one, partly based on my viewing of Lucy Cycling treasure hunt. I used lots of these conventions, such as the Green Park, although I added in my kitchen and lounge scenes so my film was more relatable. The music was also quite upbeat rather than cliché like mine. The sketched aspect of my film was inspired by my personal favourite full-length film 500 Days of Summer, as the main character is an aspiring architect. And there's a particular scene where the film shot turns into a drawing, which I thought worked really nicely with linking the character's interest to the cinematography and editing, hence my idea. This is also a film of the non-conventional romance genre. In terms of narrative, my film isn't completely conventional and could be said to be partly linear, partly non-linear. This is because, like both my inspirations, Lucy Cycling treasure hunt and 500 Days of Summer, there's a clear beginning and end to the film, but what's in between features memories or flashbacks. This is in my film, with the going to draw in the beginning and the folding of the paper at the end, but what happens between doesn't necessarily follow Todorov's theory, as it shows a collection of memories or occasions that don't necessarily link. Through this, I'm subverting. I also based my poster on a 500 Days of Summer one I found. It isn't the original release poster, but it's a variation that's been created. I like this as, again, it showed the main character's personality and interest within the creation of the media product. The poster also doesn't give too much away, thus teases the audience and gives him enigma code. Aspects I took from it include actors' names, key image as a sketch of a shot that features in the film, and off-white paper background to represent the ambiguous time zone. I think both of them are very unconventional for their genre, which I really like. In terms of my review, I decided to base on Little White Lies magazine, as it is less mainstream, meaning that independent films like my own are much more likely to appear there, although it also does review large Hollywood films too. I covered all the conventions such as their anticipation, enjoyment and in retrospect rating, and tried to match the fonts perfectly to make it look conventional as though it could feature in the magazine. To conclude, I feel that I've taken a lot from existing media products which have both inspired me, helped me to be creative and helped me to follow conventions.